Hello, my name's Richard Kent, and today we're going to be looking at nature, because wherever we look in nature we can see the artistry, the intelligence and the wonder of God. Specifically, we're going to look at bees. Bees are amazing, we take them for granted, but they're absolutely essential for life on planet Earth. I don't know if you've ever thought about that, but bees pollinate all the plants, all the vegetation, and of course we need the plants. The plants produce for us using photosynthesis, which is totally supernatural. They produce the oxygen for us to breathe. They mop up the carbon dioxide, which we exhale, which is toxic. And they also produce food for us. But they also need pollinating, and most of the pollination that happens on planet Earth happens through bees. So let's just look at bees as they fly through the air and pollinate all the plants. But what God has given to the bees is something absolutely fantastic, which is a navigation system which was only recently discovered. As bees travel and discover new food sources, they come back to the hive. Now, there are thousands of bees in any one hive, but when the bees come back to the hive, they do a little dance to tell all the other worker bees where the food is. It's called a waggle dance. And if you can see on that image, they are moving in a straight line, and initially they waggle their thorax, it's called, and their abdomen, and how quickly they waggle their abdomen and how long they carry on waggling is an indication to the other worker bees how far the food is away. And then they move in a semicircle, come round and do the same thing again. But there's more to it than that, because the bees, the worker bees, need to know exactly in what direction is the food. Well, all bees can tell where the sun is, whether there's cloud there or not, because they're sensitive to plain polarized light, which shines through clouds. So they're always very aware of where the sun is, even though the sun is moving. Now, what the bee does is to move in a direction relative to the sun's existing position now. Now, for example, suppose the bee went out at midday and came back and did its waggle dance at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The bee would have to accommodate the waggle dance to the new position of the sun, which the bee does, so that any bee leaving the hive knows exactly how far to travel and in which direction to travel. Now, this works whether it's cloudy or not, so the bee has something programmed within its brain to be able to tell the position of the sun within the hive, even though they can't see it. When you think about it, it's just amazing that a tiny little insect like that can actually tell all the other worker bees in the hive exactly how far away the sun is, the food is in relation to the sun, and also exactly where it is in relation to the sun. And that is just one indication of how amazing, how fantastic, and how what a genius God is to program these really, really important little bees, which pollinate all the vegetation of planet Earth, which we need for our food and our oxygen, and to mop up carbon dioxide, which is toxic to humans. Thanks for listening, and God bless you.